Welcome to a new transformative audiobook on audio mentors. Today, we will explore one of the most powerful texts on spirituality and personal growth, The Law of Success by Paramahansa Yogananda. In this book, Yogananda invites us to discover how we can connect with the power of the spirit to achieve not only material success but also inner peace, happiness, and self-realization. Through universal spiritual principles, we will learn to use our will, direct our thoughts, and connect with the divine to become conscious creators of our destiny. Get ready for a profound journey that will not only change your perspective on success but also your way of living. Join us on this path toward true prosperity and fulfillment. And remember, subscribe to the Audio Mentors channel to not miss upcoming book summaries that will inspire and transform your life. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Introduction: The Power of the Spirit. In The Law of Success, Paramahansa Yogananda asks us to reflect on the concept of success from a perspective completely different from the traditional view. From the start, Yogananda argues that true success is not only measured by material achievements, social recognition, or the accumulation of wealth. Instead, genuine success is found in attaining inner peace, self-realization, and a deep connection with the divine spirit that resides in each of us. The purpose of success. The author invites us to understand that success is not a privilege exclusive to a few but a divine right for every human being. However, in order to enjoy this full success, it is essential to learn how to direct our minds toward higher, transcendental goals. This means balancing our material aspirations with the pursuit of spiritual growth, thus achieving a harmonious and fulfilling life. Yogananda explains that external success, in the form of professional achievements, wealth, or recognition, lacks true meaning if it is not accompanied by deep inner peace. For him, true success is only attained when our material goals align with our spiritual purposes, allowing us to find balance between the earthly and the divine. The power of the spirit. The author introduces the concept of the spirit as the source of all strength, creativity, and personal fulfillment. Through our connection with this divine energy, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve our goals with clarity and confidence. According to Yogananda, this spiritual power is always available to us, but we must learn to activate it and use it consciously. To achieve this, he emphasizes the importance of introspection, meditation, and faith in a higher power. These practices allow us to quiet the mind, connect with our spiritual essence, and find creative solutions to life's challenges. True strength, says the author, comes from our ability to listen to the inner voice that guides us toward what is right and good. Reviewing our concept of success. One of the central messages of this chapter is that many people pursue superficial goals that do not bring lasting satisfaction. Yogananda urges us to redefine our priorities and reflect on what success truly means to each of us. Is it the accumulation of wealth? Public recognition? Or perhaps it is the ability to live in peace and harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Keys to integral success. Yogananda mentions 3 fundamental pillars for achieving true success. Constant spiritual search. Before pursuing external goals, we must seek our connection with the divine. This search not only provides clarity but also a purpose that guides our actions. Balance between the material and the spiritual. While material goals are important, they should never replace our need for inner growth and self-knowledge. Will and determination. Achieving success requires conscious effort and the will to overcome obstacles, always maintaining a positive attitude focused on the greater good. Final reflection. In this first chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that success is not a destination reached by accumulating material achievements, but a state of being attained by cultivating inner peace, wisdom, and a connection with the divine. He invites us to look beyond superficial goals to discover a higher purpose, one that brings true and lasting fulfillment. In the following chapters, we will learn to delve deeper into the spiritual principles that sustain this vision, as well as how to apply these teachings in our daily lives to transform our journey toward success. Chapter 2: The Law of Success, Fundamental Principles. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda introduces the basic principles that govern the law of success. According to the author, success is not an accident or a random event, but the result of correctly applying certain universal laws that govern our lives. These laws, when understood and used consciously, allow anyone to achieve both external success and spiritual development. Success as personal creation. Yogananda emphasizes that each individual is the architect of their own destiny. Everything we experience in life, whether success or failure, is the direct result of our own actions, thoughts, and decisions, whether in this life or in previous ones. Therefore, the first fundamental principle of the law of success is to take full responsibility for our life and recognize that we are the creators of our circumstances. The author rejects the idea that opportunities are the result of chance. Instead, he asserts that opportunities are created by us, consciously or unconsciously, and that it is our responsibility to recognize them and seize them when they appear. The power of thought. One of the key principles of the law of success is the power of thought. Yogananda points out that our mind is a powerful tool that can shape our reality. Positive and constructive thoughts generate success, while negative and limiting thoughts lead to failure. The author invites us to reflect on the quality of our daily thoughts. Are your thoughts aligned with success and progress, or with fear and doubt? Do you have a clear vision of your goals, or is your mind scattered with trivial concerns? The key, according to Yogananda, is to train our minds to stay focused on thoughts of success, regardless of external circumstances. Willpower as the engine of success. Another fundamental principle is dynamic willpower, which Yogananda describes as the driving force behind our actions toward achieving our goals. Without willpower, even the brightest ideas remain unrealized. Conscious and focused willpower allows us to overcome obstacles, persevere in difficult times, and achieve seemingly unattainable goals. To strengthen this willpower, the author recommends: set clear goals. Knowing exactly what we want to achieve allows us to direct our energy in a single direction. Act with determination. Once we decide on a goal, we must fully commit to it, not allowing fear or doubt to divert us. Develop discipline. Willpower is strengthened through constant practice. Even small achievements can reinforce our confidence and determination. Connection with divine power. Yogananda explains that while success requires personal effort, it is also essential to connect with the divine source of power. Through meditation and spiritual communion, we can align ourselves with divine will and receive guidance and inspiration. When our goals are in harmony with spiritual principles, unexpected paths toward success open up. The author points out that this divine power is not something external, it resides within us, waiting to be activated by our faith and determination. Therefore, cultivating a relationship with the divine not only strengthens our willpower but also helps us stay focused on what truly matters. The role of actions. The law of success is not just about thought or intention, it also requires action. Yogananda insists that we must combine the power of thought with practical and concrete efforts. Ideas must be followed by well-planned and consistent actions in order to bear fruit. He stresses that it is not enough to wait for things to happen. We must actively work to attract success, using all available resources and seizing every opportunity that arises. Conclusion of the chapter. This chapter sets the foundations of the law of success, highlighting that success is the result of a combination of positive thoughts, dynamic willpower, conscious actions, and spiritual connection. Yogananda reminds us that we all possess the potential to manifest a full and successful life, but it is up to us to activate that inner power and apply it consciously. In the next chapter, we will explore thought as the creator of our reality, where we will delve into how our thoughts shape our destiny and how we can train our minds for success. Let's continue moving forward. Chapter 3. The Divine Connection, Our Birthright. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda invites us to reflect on our connection with the Divine Spirit and how this relationship can transform our lives. According to the author, every human being possesses a divine birthright to happiness, abundance, and spiritual fulfillment. This right does not depend on our external situation, but on our ability to connect with the universal source of power that resides within us. It is a divine promise that, when understood and activated, allows us to achieve a full and balanced life. The divine right, a universal spiritual gift. Paramahansa Yogananda states that human beings were created in the image of God, meaning we carry within us a divine spark that is eternal, limitless, and full of potential. This right is not exclusive to a few. All human beings have access to this spiritual inheritance. However, we are often unaware of it due to the distractions of material life and self-imposed limitations. The author reminds us that God, as the creator and source of all abundance, does not withhold his blessings. Just as the sun does not begrudge its light, God does not restrict his grace or his gifts. The problem lies in our inability to fully receive them due to our lack of faith, our spiritual disconnection, or our excessive dependence on the material. The relationship with God as the key to success. Yogananda suggests that, while material goals are important, they only acquire true meaning when aligned with our spiritual purpose. The exclusive pursuit of external success can leave us feeling empty, while success achieved from a spiritual foundation fills us with purpose and satisfaction. In this connection with God, we find not only guidance but also the strength to overcome the challenges and limitations we face in our daily lives. Spiritual and material abundance, a necessary balance. The author emphasizes that spiritual success does not require renouncing the material. Instead, he invites us to seek a balance between both dimensions. Material prosperity is a natural expression of divine abundance, but it is only truly useful when used for our own good and the good of others. Yogananda stresses that material goals should serve a higher purpose. They are not an end in themselves, but tools to fulfill our spiritual mission. Wealth is a reflection of our connection to the divine. A lack of abundance is not necessarily a punishment, but it may indicate a disconnection from our ability to manifest God's fullness in our lives. The author invites us to reflect. Are we using our material goals as a means for service and spiritual fulfillment? Does our pursuit of external success strengthen our inner peace or compromise it? The power of faith in divine connection. Yogananda devotes a considerable part of the chapter to the importance of faith. According to him, faith is not simply believing in something intangible, but a certainty that arises from direct experience with the divine. Faith is the bridge that connects us to our divine birthright and allows us to overcome internal obstacles like fear, doubt, and insecurity. Common obstacles to our spiritual connection. Fear. Fear is one of the greatest barriers to manifesting our divine right. Yogananda explains that fear drains our vital energy, paralyzes our will, and blocks our ability to trust in the divine flow of life. Doubt. A lack of faith in our capacity and in divine guidance creates resistance and leads us away from our spiritual connection. Doubt makes us feel disconnected and vulnerable, depriving us of the internal resources needed to move forward. Material dependence. When our happiness and security depend solely on external things, money, possessions, status, we become vulnerable to the fluctuations of life. This creates a false sense of control that distances us from our inner spiritual source. Activating our divine right. The author provides a practical guide to awakening our divine birthright. According to Yogananda, this process does not require immediate transformation, but rather a daily commitment to our spirituality. Meditate regularly. Meditation is the most effective way to quiet the mind and tune into divine wisdom. Through meditation, we can access the inner guidance that will help us make decisions aligned with our purpose. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for opening ourselves to abundance. When we thank for what we already have, we create a mental atmosphere that attracts more blessings. Seek harmony with divine principles. Before embarking on any project or making major decisions, we should reflect on whether these actions are in harmony with spiritual principles. This ensures that our goals are not only successful but also morally correct. Trust in divine providence. Yogananda urges us to fully trust that God will provide everything necessary. Faith frees us from anxiety and allows us to act with serenity and confidence. The importance of balance between the spiritual and the material. Although Yogananda emphasizes the importance of spiritual connection, he also acknowledges the value of material goals. However, he insists that these must be subordinated to our inner development. By using material blessings to serve others and fulfill our mission, we achieve a balance that enriches us both externally and internally. Reflection on true abundance. The author encourages us to redefine the concept of abundance. True wealth is not measured by money or possessions, but by mental peace, happiness, and the ability to live in harmony with the laws of the cosmos. One person may have few material possessions but experience profound spiritual wealth, while another may possess much and feel empty. Conclusion of the chapter. This chapter leaves us with a powerful truth. True success and true prosperity can only be achieved when we recognize and activate our connection with the divine. This right cannot be taken from us, but we must consciously choose to manifest it in our lives. Yogananda reminds us that the key to accessing this power lies in our willingness to seek God first, trust in His guidance, and act with faith and gratitude. In the next chapter, we will explore thought as the creator of our reality, where we will examine how our ideas and beliefs shape our lives and how we can use them to manifest our deepest desires. Let's continue. Chapter 4. Thought as the creator of our reality. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda delves into the power of thought as a creative force that shapes our experiences and determines the course of our lives. According to the author, thoughts are not merely fleeting ideas, but vibrational energies that impact our reality in a tangible way. If we learn to direct our mind and control our thoughts, we can transform our lives and achieve both spiritual and material success. The transformative power of thought. Yogananda begins by explaining that the human mind is the most powerful tool we possess. Our thoughts are like seeds that, when planted and nurtured properly, grow and become the reality we experience. If we feed positive, constructive, and focused thoughts, we will reap success and well-being. On the contrary, if our mind is dominated by fear, doubt, and pessimism, we will attract difficulties and limitations. The author poses a fundamental question. What are your habitual thoughts? If a mindset of success and confidence predominates, you will approach your goals with greater ease. But if your thoughts are chaotic or negative, they will act as barriers that prevent your progress. Thought as the creator of destiny. One of Yogananda's key teachings is that we are responsible for our reality because we are responsible for our thoughts. This does not mean ignoring external difficulties, but understanding that our mental reaction to them is what defines their impact on our lives. The author explains that the mind acts as a magnet, attracting whatever it focuses on most. For example, thoughts of abundance attract opportunities and resources. Thoughts of scarcity generate shortages and obstacles. Yogananda emphasizes that, although we cannot always control external circumstances, we can control how we think about them. This control is essential to guide our lives toward success. The importance of training the mind. Yogananda describes the mind as a wild horse that needs to be trained to obey our commands. Without mental discipline, our thoughts tend to wander, losing strength and direction. Therefore, the author urges us to practice concentration and to direct our attention toward positive and constructive goals. Tools for training the mind. Positive affirmations. Affirmations are repetitive phrases that program our mind to think in terms of success. For example, repeating, "I am surrounded by abundance and opportunities," strengthens our confidence and focus. Visualization. Imagine your goals as if you have already achieved them. This practice not only creates clarity, but also aligns your thoughts and emotions with the desired outcome. Meditation. Meditation helps calm the mind and connect with spiritual power, providing a solid foundation for positive thinking. Thought and emotions, a powerful connection. The author highlights that thoughts are more effective when accompanied by positive emotions. Feelings such as enthusiasm, gratitude, and joy amplify the creative power of thought. For example, thinking about success while feeling enthusiasm generates an irresistible energy that attracts opportunities. On the contrary, a positive thought mixed with fear or doubt loses its strength and effectiveness. Yogananda recommends cultivating positive emotions through gratitude and optimism, even in difficult times. This does not mean ignoring problems, but facing them with an attitude of faith and confidence. Overcoming negative thoughts. Yogananda warns that pessimism, self-criticism, and fear are the main enemies of success. These thoughts not only weaken our energy, but also disconnect us from our spiritual source. To counteract them, the author suggests the following strategies. Identify negative patterns. Recognize when your mind falls into cycles of fear or doubt. Replace destructive thoughts. Immediately substitute negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Avoid negative influences. Surround yourself with people and environments that foster optimism and growth. The author also emphasizes that negative thoughts should not be repressed but observed and transformed. This requires practice and patience, but over time, the mind naturally leans toward more positive thought patterns. The mind as a reflection of the spirit. According to Yogananda, thoughts are not just mental processes, but expressions of our connection with the divine. When our mind is aligned with spiritual principles, our thoughts become a tool to manifest the purpose of our soul. This means that true control over the mind is not achieved solely through willpower, but also by tuning into God. The author stresses the importance of invoking the divine in moments of doubt or difficulty, allowing spiritual guidance to illuminate our thoughts and keep us focused on the greater good. Practical exercises to use thought as a creative tool. Yogananda offers concrete practices to apply the power of thought in daily life. Start each day with a positive affirmation. Spend a few minutes in the morning repeating phrases that reinforce your confidence and purpose. Visualize your goals before acting. Take time to imagine what your life will be like once you have achieved your objectives. Meditate on your thoughts at the end of the day. Reflect on the mental patterns that dominate your mind and decide how to adjust them for the next day. Conclusion of the chapter. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that we are the creators of our reality through our thoughts. The key to transforming our life lies in training our mind to stay focused on the positive, aligned with the divine, and free from destructive patterns. The author invites us to take conscious control of our mind and use its creative power to achieve success in all areas of our existence. In the next chapter, we will explore willpower as the engine of success, where we will learn how the power of will can turn our ideas into actions and our goals into reality. Let's continue on this journey of self-transformation. Chapter 5. Willpower as the engine of success. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda examines the central role of willpower as the driving force to achieve success. According to the author, dynamic willpower is the engine that transforms our thoughts into concrete actions and allows us to overcome the challenges we encounter on the way to our goals. Without willpower, even the brightest ideas remain unmaterialized. Willpower, the engine of action. Yogananda explains that willpower is the force that drives all our actions. From the simplest gestures to the most ambitious projects, everything depends on our ability to apply willpower. Without it, we couldn't get up, speak, or undertake any task. The author distinguishes between two types of willpower. Mechanical willpower. It is the force we apply unconsciously in our daily activities. While useful, this form of willpower is not enough to achieve great accomplishments. Conscious and dynamic willpower. It is a force deliberately directed toward a specific purpose. This is the willpower we need to cultivate to transform our life. Yogananda emphasizes that by training our willpower to act consciously and with focus, we can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Characteristics of dynamic willpower. Dynamic willpower is not just about wanting something. It is an unwavering determination that drives our actions until we reach our goals. According to the author, successful people share these key characteristics in their willpower. Clarity of purpose, knowing exactly what we want to achieve. Determination, fully committing to our goals without giving up at the first signs of difficulty. Resilience, continuing to move forward even when facing temporary setbacks. The author stresses that dynamic willpower involves not only physical effort but also constant mental focus and spiritual alignment with the divine. How to strengthen willpower. Yogananda offers practical strategies for developing dynamic willpower and strengthening our ability to achieve what we desire. Practice small goals. Start by setting small and achievable goals. Each success boosts your confidence and your ability to apply willpower to more challenging tasks. Develop concentration. Willpower needs focus. Dedicate time to train your mind to concentrate on one goal at a time, avoiding distractions that drain your energy. Maintain a positive attitude. Willpower flourishes in an environment of positive thoughts. Replace doubts and fears with affirmations of confidence and success. Embrace challenges as opportunities. Every difficulty we overcome strengthens our will. Rather than avoiding problems, face them with courage, knowing that they will make you stronger. The role of willpower in overcoming obstacles. Yogananda explains that success is never a straight path. We will always encounter challenges and failures along the way. However, dynamic willpower gives us the strength to persist and find solutions. The author shares how even failures can be used as stepping stones to success if we face them with the right attitude. For example, a person may fail repeatedly in a project, but by carefully analyzing each mistake and adjusting their approach, those failures will eventually lead to success. The key is not to give up and to use each experience as a lesson. Willpower and spiritual connection. Yogananda emphasizes that dynamic willpower is more powerful when aligned with divine will. By seeking God's guidance through meditation and prayer, we can ensure that our goals are in harmony with universal principles. This not only provides us with clarity but also gives us an inexhaustible source of energy and motivation. The author notes that true willpower does not come solely from our mind or body, but from our connection to the divine. By recognizing this higher source, we can access an unlimited power that helps us overcome any challenge. Exercises to develop dynamic willpower. Yogananda proposes several practical exercises to strengthen our willpower. Challenging tasks. Choose a task that feels difficult, such as waking up early or completing a demanding project, and make a conscious effort to accomplish it. Affirmations. Repeat phrases like, "I have an unshakable will to achieve my goals," while visualizing your success. Meditation. Dedicate daily time to meditate, focusing your mind on inner strength and divine guidance. Reflection. Analyze your daily achievements and evaluate how you've used your willpower. Identify areas where you can improve. Willpower versus fear. One of the greatest obstacles to applying willpower is fear. Yogananda explains that fear drains our energy and paralyzes us, preventing us from taking action. To overcome fear, we must turn to our willpower and face it directly. The author suggests, recognize fear as an illusion created by the mind. Counter it with positive thoughts and affirmations of courage. Remember that by acting with faith, fear loses its power. Conclusion of the chapter. Dynamic willpower is the engine that drives our actions and leads us to success. According to Paramahansa Yogananda, there is no obstacle that cannot be overcome when we apply our will consciously, focused, and aligned with the divine. This chapter challenges us to take control of our lives by developing strong and persistent willpower, reminding us that success is not just a destination, but a journey driven by our actions and faith. In the next chapter, we will explore the control of destiny, how to direct our mind, where we will learn how to take control of our circumstances and guide our lives toward higher goals. Chapter 6, The Control of Destiny, How to Direct Our Mind. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda guides us toward a deep understanding of how our mental choices determine our destiny. The author states that our mind is the creator of everything we experience, and that consciously taking control of it is the key to directing our life toward success and self-realization. According to Yogananda, we are not at the mercy of circumstances. We are the architects of our destiny through our thoughts, decisions, and actions. The mind as the creator of destiny. Yogananda begins this chapter by explaining that the mind is like a magnet that attracts whatever dominates our thoughts the most. Everything we think habitually, whether positive or negative, has the power to manifest in our life. Therefore, if we want to change our destiny, we must start by changing the quality of our thoughts. The author emphasizes that controlling destiny is not about manipulating the external environment, but about mastering our mind. By directing it toward positive and constructive goals, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve our highest aspirations. Karma and the power of free will. Yogananda introduces the concept of karma as the result of our past actions, which shape our current circumstances. However, he clarifies that karma is not a fixed or immutable fate. Through free will and conscious effort, we can overcome the negative effects of our past actions and create a more promising future. The author emphasizes that the present conditions of our life are a reflection of our past choices. The power of free will allows us to rewrite our destiny by making decisions aligned with spiritual and constructive principles. Meditation and self-control are essential tools for breaking negative karmic cycles and moving toward a fuller life. The mental approach and direction of destiny. Directing our mind is essential to take control of our destiny. Yogananda describes how mental focus, when combined with dynamic willpower, acts as a compass that guides us toward our goals. Without clear focus, our energy becomes scattered, and we lose the opportunity to shape our life effectively. Tools for directing the mind. Clarity of purpose. Clearly define what you wish to achieve. Ambiguity in your goals generates scattered results. Concentration. Dedicate time to training your mind to stay focused on one task or goal at a time. Visualization. Imagine the desired outcome in detail and with emotion, reinforcing your mental commitment. Mental discipline. Learn to redirect your attention when negative thoughts or distractions arise. Overcoming the influence of circumstances. Yogananda explains that while we cannot always control external circumstances, we can control how we respond to them. This ability to respond is what truly defines our destiny. For example, a person who faces a challenge with a positive attitude and determination uses that experience to grow. On the other hand, someone who succumbs to fear or despair allows circumstances to dominate them. The author emphasizes that external circumstances are temporary and can always be overcome with effort and faith. What matters is not allowing external events to define our identity or divert us from our purpose. The power of faith and spiritual connection. Directing our mind toward success requires unwavering trust in our abilities and in divine guidance. Yogananda highlights that faith is an essential component in taking control of destiny. Without faith, our doubts and fears erode our will and make us feel powerless. According to the author, meditation is a key practice for strengthening our spiritual connection and staying focused on what truly matters. By quieting the mind and tuning into the divine, we can receive inspiration and clarity to make the right decisions. Practical actions to direct destiny. Yogananda offers several concrete strategies to take control of our life and direct our destiny toward success. Analyze your mental patterns. Reflect on the thoughts that dominate your mind. Identify which are constructive and which limit you. Reframe limiting beliefs. Replace negative thoughts like, I am not capable, with affirmations like, I have the power to overcome any challenge. Develop a daily routine. Establish habits that reinforce your mental focus, such as meditation, goal writing, and practicing affirmations. Face challenges with courage. Consider obstacles as opportunities to grow and strengthen your character. Destiny as a reflection of the mind. In this chapter, Yogananda invites us to accept a powerful truth. Our current life is a direct reflection of our mental and spiritual choices. By taking control of our mind and aligning our decisions with higher principles, we can radically transform our life. This does not mean the path will be easy, but with perseverance and spiritual connection, we can overcome any barrier. Conclusion of the chapter. Control over destiny is not a matter of luck or chance, but of awareness and deliberate effort. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that we are responsible for our lives, and by directing our minds toward positive goals, we can manifest a future full of success and fulfillment. This chapter encourages us to take control of our thoughts, actions, and responses to build the destiny we desire. In the next chapter, we will explore overcoming fear, regaining vital energy, where we will learn how fear drains our energy and how to confront it to live with greater confidence and inner strength. Let's continue forward on this inspiring journey. Chapter 7. Overcoming Fear, Regaining Vital Energy. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda explores how fear is one of the greatest enemies of personal and spiritual progress. According to the author, fear not only paralyzes our will, but also drains our vital energy, weakening our ability to face challenges and reach our goals. Yogananda offers practical tools for overcoming fear and reclaiming our inner strength. The impact of fear on our vital energy. Yogananda begins by explaining that fear has a debilitating effect on our body, mind, and spirit. When we experience fear, our vital energy, the force that drives us to act, gets scattered, leaving our body and mind in a state of exhaustion. This affects our mental clarity, decision-making ability, and motivation. The author describes how fear even affects our physical functions, causing muscle tension, accelerated heart rate, and disturbances in the digestive and nervous systems. These responses are signs that fear is draining our energy, leaving us unable to act effectively. The roots of fear. Yogananda identifies the main causes of fear. Lack of faith in oneself and in God. When we do not trust our own abilities or divine guidance, we allow fear to dominate our mind. Attachment to outcomes. Fear arises when we are overly concerned about losing something we value, whether it's a position, a relationship, or a material achievement. False beliefs. Often, fear is based on misconceptions or exaggerated perceptions of reality. The author emphasizes that fear is a creation of our mind. Although it may seem real, it is an illusion that disappears when confronted with courage and faith. Faith as an antidote to fear. The key to overcoming fear, according to Yogananda, is to cultivate unwavering faith in our ability and in divine guidance. Faith is not just an abstract belief, but an active force that allows us to move forward even when faced with uncertainty. The author suggests that every time we feel overwhelmed by fear, we should remember that God is the source of all power, and by connecting with this force, we can overcome any obstacle. Furthermore, he emphasizes that meditation is an essential tool for strengthening our faith and quieting fearful thoughts. The role of willpower in overcoming fear. Yogananda explains that dynamic willpower is one of the most powerful tools for overcoming fear. By taking action, even in small things, we demonstrate to our mind that we are capable of confronting and overcoming our internal doubts. For example, if you are afraid of public speaking, start by practicing in front of a mirror or with a small group. If you fear failure in a project, break the task into manageable steps and focus on moving forward a little each day. Every action, no matter how small, strengthens your confidence and reduces the power of fear. Practical strategies to overcome fear. Yogananda offers several methods for overcoming fear and regaining our vital energy. Identify the source of fear. Reflect on what truly causes you fear. Many times, when we examine our fears, we discover that they are less threatening than they appear. Replace fear with positive affirmations. Repeat phrases like, "I am strong and courageous," or, "With God's help, I can overcome any challenge." These affirmations strengthen your confidence and weaken the power of fear. Practice meditation. Meditation calms the mind and strengthens our connection with the divine, providing the serenity needed to face fear with clarity. Act with courage. Action is the enemy of fear. Every step we take toward our goals, even in the presence of fear, diminishes its control over us. Visualize success. Imagine yourself facing your fear with courage and triumphing. This practice creates a positive mental image that reinforces your confidence. Fear as a teacher. Yogananda invites us to see fear not as an enemy, but as a teacher that shows us areas where we need to grow. Every time we face and overcome a fear, we strengthen our will, expand our consciousness, and move closer to self-realization. The author points out that fear often arises as an opportunity to develop courage, faith, and inner strength. Instead of avoiding it, we should approach it as an opportunity to discover our true power. The connection between fear and divine love. Yogananda explains that fear cannot coexist with divine love. When we cultivate a deep relationship with God and feel His love within us, fear loses its power. This love fills us with serene confidence and reminds us that we are never alone in our struggles. The author suggests that through prayer and meditation, we can experience this divine love in a tangible way, strengthening our ability to face any challenge. Conclusion of the chapter. Fear is an illusion that disconnects us from our inner strength and drains our vital energy. However, by cultivating faith, willpower, and spiritual connection, we can overcome fear and regain our ability to act with confidence and clarity. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that every time we face our fears, we come closer to our true nature as divine and powerful beings. In the next chapter, we will explore transforming failures into opportunities, where we will learn how mistakes and setbacks can become stepping stones to success. Let's continue moving forward on this inspiring journey. Chapter 8: Transforming Failures into Opportunities. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda addresses a fundamental truth. Failure is not the end of the road, but a necessary stage in the process of personal and spiritual growth. According to the author, every mistake or difficulty we face can be an opportunity to learn, strengthen ourselves, and move toward success. The key lies in our attitude toward failure and how we decide to face it. Failure as a teacher. Yogananda invites us to redefine our perception of failure. Instead of seeing it as an indicator of defeat, we must understand it as an opportunity to reassess, adjust, and improve. Every failure carries a valuable lesson that, if we understand and apply it, can bring us closer to our goals. The author emphasizes that successful people are not those who never fail, but those who know how to learn from their mistakes and persist despite difficulties. For Yogananda, failure is simply a reminder that we need to redirect our efforts or change our perspective. The power of determination in the face of failure. One of the key points of this chapter is that determination is the force that allows us to transform failures into stepping stones toward success. Yogananda explains that, even when we face repeated setbacks, we must remain firm in our faith and trust. The author uses the metaphor of a boxer who, though knocked down several times, gets up again and again until he finally triumphs. Practical example. Imagine you've failed at an important project. Instead of giving up, analyze what went wrong, identify areas for improvement, and apply that learning to your next attempt. Every step you take with determination reinforces your confidence and brings you closer to your goal. Lessons that arise from failure. Yogananda describes several important lessons we can learn from our failures. Humility. Failures teach us to recognize our limitations and seek support when needed. Patience. They help us develop the ability to wait and work consistently toward our goals. Creativity. Facing difficulties forces us to find new and creative solutions. Perseverance. Every failure overcome strengthens our ability to resist and move forward. The author emphasizes that these qualities not only make us more effective in our goals but also enrich our character and bring us closer to self-realization. The importance of analyzing failures. Yogananda underscores that it is not enough to simply experience failure, we must carefully analyze it to extract the lessons it contains. This analysis should not be based on destructive self-criticism but on an honest and constructive evaluation of what happened. Steps to analyze a failure. Identify the cause. Ask yourself what factors contributed to the outcome. Was it a lack of preparation, focus, or a judgment error? Reflect on the decisions made. Evaluate if you could have acted differently and how. Look for patterns. If you've faced similar failures in the past, identify if there are behavioral patterns that need to be changed. Define an action plan. Use the knowledge gained to adjust your approach and avoid repeating the same mistakes. Turning failure into motivation. Yogananda emphasizes that every time we face a failure, we have two options: give up or use the experience as motivation to try again with greater wisdom and determination. The author points out that when we see failure as an opportunity to grow, we eliminate the fear associated with it and transform it into an ally on our path to success. Inspiring example. Yogananda shares stories of people who, despite facing great failures, persevered and achieved great things. These examples remind us that success is not a straight line but a series of attempts, adjustments, and lessons learned. Spiritual connection in moments of failure. The author explains that our connection with the divine is especially important when facing failures. By seeking God's guidance through meditation and prayer, we can find comfort, clarity, and the strength to move forward. Yogananda suggests that every failure is an invitation to deepen our relationship with the divine and trust that, with God's help, we can overcome any challenge. Practical strategies for transforming failures into opportunities. Adopt a learning mindset. Instead of focusing on the mistake, focus on what you can learn from the experience. Reframe your thoughts. Change phrases like, "I failed" to "I'm learning." Seek inspiration. Surround yourself with stories and people who have overcome failures to remind yourself that you're not alone in your struggle. Act with renewed energy. Use the experience gained to adjust your approach and move forward with more confidence. Strengthen your faith. Remember that every obstacle can be overcome with the help of divine will. Conclusion of the chapter. Failure is not the enemy. It is a powerful teacher that helps us grow and become stronger. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that the attitude we adopt toward failure will determine whether we sink into defeat or rise toward success. With faith, determination, and a positive outlook, we can turn any setback into a stepping stone toward greatness. In the next chapter, we will explore self-analysis, key to personal progress, where we will learn how the habit of introspection can accelerate our growth and guide us toward a fuller life. Let's continue moving forward on this enriching journey. Chapter 9, Self-Analysis, Key to Personal Progress. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda highlights the importance of self-analysis as an essential tool for personal and spiritual growth. According to the author, without conscious introspection, we can become trapped in patterns of thought, emotions, and behaviors that take us further from our goals. Self-analysis allows us to understand ourselves on a deeper level, identify areas for improvement, and realign our actions with our values and purposes. Introspection as the mirror of the soul. Yogananda compares self-analysis to a mirror that allows us to see the hidden areas of our mind and soul. Just as we use a mirror to check our external appearance, introspection helps us observe and understand our internal state. The author explains that without the regular practice of self-analysis, it is easy to fall into complacency, justifying our weaknesses and repeating past mistakes. In contrast, by examining our actions, thoughts, and emotions, we can identify what propels us forward and what holds us back. The importance of self-analysis for success. Yogananda emphasizes that self-analysis is particularly important for those seeking success. Regularly reflecting on our decisions, attitudes, and results allows us to identify behavioral patterns, recognize habits that harm us, and work to replace them with more constructive ones. Make wiser decisions. Evaluating our past actions helps us avoid similar mistakes in the future. Strengthen our spiritual connection. Examining our intentions and motivations ensures that our goals are aligned with our spiritual values. How to practice self-analysis. The author proposes a daily practice of introspection to assess our progress and ensure we are moving in the right direction. This practice can include 1. A moment of reflection at the end of the day. Take time before bed to review your actions and thoughts from the day. What did you do well? What could you have done better? What emotions dominated your day? 2. Writing a journal. Documenting your thoughts, emotions, and decisions is a powerful way to identify patterns and areas for improvement. 3. Meditating on your intentions. Meditation is a key tool to observe your mind without judgment, allowing you to understand your deeper motivations. Self-analysis as a tool for self-transformation. Yogananda emphasizes that the purpose of self-analysis is not to criticize or punish ourselves for our mistakes, but to use that awareness as a means for transformation. The author explains that by identifying our weaknesses, we can work to overcome them, and by recognizing our strengths, we can leverage them to achieve our goals. Key areas for self-analysis. Thoughts. Are they mostly positive or negative? Do they support your goals or sabotage them? Actions. Are your daily actions aligned with your long-term goals? Emotions. Are you able to manage your emotions constructively, or do you allow them to control you? Relationships. Do your interactions with others reflect love, respect, and compassion? Overcoming resistance to self-analysis. Yogananda acknowledges that self-analysis can be uncomfortable as it forces us to confront aspects of ourselves we would prefer to ignore. However, he insists that this process is essential for growth. To overcome resistance, the author suggests practicing honesty with yourself. Accept your weaknesses as opportunities for improvement, rather than judging yourself for them. Adopting a learning attitude. Instead of seeing your mistakes as failures, consider them necessary lessons for your development. Seeking divine guidance. Ask God to illuminate the areas of your life that need transformation. Self-analysis and spiritual connection. For Yogananda, self-analysis is not only a psychological tool but also a means of deepening our connection with the divine. By reflecting on our intentions and actions, we can ensure that we are acting in harmony with spiritual principles. This not only brings us closer to our earthly goals but also to our spiritual purpose. The author explains that through meditation, we can go beyond intellectual analysis and connect with our soul. This deeper level of introspection allows us to see our lives from a higher perspective, freeing us from the limitations of the ego and societal conditioning. Practical self-analysis exercise. Yogananda proposes a simple yet powerful exercise for practicing self-analysis. Find a quiet place, spend 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the day reflecting in silence. Review the events of the day, recall your thoughts, words, and actions. Did you act according to your values? Were there moments when you reacted impulsively or let fear control you? Visualize improvements. Imagine how you could have handled situations differently. Set intentions for the next day. Decide how you will apply the lessons learned. Conclusion of the chapter. Self-analysis is an essential practice for personal and spiritual progress. According to Paramahansa Yogananda, by regularly reflecting on our actions and thoughts, we can overcome our weaknesses, strengthen our strengths, and ensure we are moving toward our goals in a conscious way, aligned with our values. This chapter encourages us to adopt the habit of introspection as a powerful tool for transformation and success. In the next chapter, we will explore the power of initiative, creating new realities, where we will learn how to harness our creative ability to manifest our goals and aspirations. Chapter 10. The Power of Initiative, Creating New Realities. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda highlights the crucial role of initiative in achieving success. Initiative, defined as the ability to act creatively and proactively, is a divine spark within every person that allows us to transform our ideas into realities. According to the author, without initiative, our aspirations remain mere desires. With it, we can shape a new world full of possibilities. Initiative as an expression of creative spirit. Yogananda describes initiative as a direct manifestation of the creative spirit within us. This innate power drives us to seek new solutions, explore unknown paths, and overcome self-imposed limits. When we act with initiative, we connect with the divine energy that is always in motion and creation. The author emphasizes that initiative not only allows us to move forward in our personal lives but also contributes to the progress of humanity. Every invention, discovery, and work of art was born from the power of initiative from someone who dared to think and act differently. The value of thinking independently. Yogananda points out that initiative requires mental independence. Many people tend to conform to what others have done or said, rather than seeking their own ideas and solutions. However, real progress occurs when we dare to question the established and explore new possibilities. Characteristics of an independent mind. Originality, thinking beyond norms and seeking innovative approaches. Confidence, believing in our ability to find unique solutions. Persistence, continuing to explore new ideas even when facing resistance or failure. The author encourages readers to free themselves from social conditioning and develop a creative, proactive mindset. The connection between initiative and action. Initiative is not just a mental process, it must be accompanied by action. Yogananda explains that many people have brilliant ideas, but few put them into practice. True initiative involves not only conceiving an idea but also having the courage and determination to carry it out. The author suggests, act quickly. When an idea arises, start working on it immediately before doubt or fear stops you. Take small steps, break a large project into manageable actions and keep moving forward. Learn from experience. Every action, even if it doesn't lead to immediate success, provides valuable lessons that strengthen our ability to succeed in the future. Initiative as a tool to overcome stagnation. Yogananda explains that stagnation, both in personal and professional life, often arises from a lack of initiative. When we don't act, our skills atrophy and our confidence diminishes. On the contrary, every time we take initiative, we create momentum that leads us to new opportunities and achievements. Practical example. If you feel stuck in a job or unsatisfying situation, Yogananda suggests taking concrete steps, such as learning a new skill, exploring different paths, or seeking spiritual guidance. Even small steps can break the cycle of inertia and open doors to a brighter future. The role of initiative in spirituality. The author highlights that initiative is not only important for material success but also for spiritual progress. The pursuit of God and self-realization requires conscious effort and a willingness to act. It's not enough to passively wait for blessings to come. We must actively seek the divine connection through meditation, prayer, and introspection. Yogananda explains that spiritual initiative involves making time for daily spiritual practice, being willing to overcome distractions and laziness, actively seeking divine guidance in all areas of life. How to develop initiative. Yogananda offers practical strategies to strengthen our ability to take initiative. Cultivate a curious mindset, ask questions, explore new ideas, and maintain an open attitude toward learning. Trust your intuition. Inner guidance often leads us to ideas and actions that may seem unusual, but they have a greater purpose. Surround yourself with inspiration. Seek out people, books, and experiences that motivate you to think creatively and act boldly. Embrace risks. Initiative requires stepping out of the comfort zone and facing the possibility of failure. Every risk taken wisely strengthens our ability to triumph. Practical exercises to activate initiative. Yogananda suggests several exercises to develop and apply initiative in daily life. Think of an idea you've postponed. Take time to plan how you can start working on it today. Explore an unknown area. Learn something new, such as a language, a skill, or a spiritual practice. Take immediate action. Identify a problem in your life and take a concrete step to solve it, without waiting for the perfect moment. Visualize your success. Imagine the positive outcomes you will achieve by acting with initiative, thus reinforcing your confidence and motivation. Conclusion of the chapter. Initiative is the spark that ignites the engine of progress. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that, by taking the initiative, we not only transform our lives but also manifest the divine creative power within us. This chapter encourages us to act with confidence, originality, and persistence, knowing that each step taken with initiative brings us closer to our goals and elevates us spiritually. In the next chapter, we will explore divine perception, seeing God in all men, where we will learn how to cultivate a spiritual vision that allows us to recognize the divinity in ourselves and others. Chapter 11, Divine Perception, Seeing God in All Men. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda invites us to develop a spiritual vision that allows us to recognize the presence of God in all people. According to the author, this divine perception is fundamental for achieving a life of harmony, compassion, and true success. Seeing God in others helps us overcome prejudices, foster unity, and live according to the highest principles of spirituality, the essential unity of all humanity. Yogananda begins by reminding us that all human beings share the same divine essence, regardless of their external differences. Each person, regardless of their race, religion, or social status, is a manifestation of the same universal spirit. The author emphasizes that by recognizing this essential unity, we can overcome superficial divisions and establish deeper, more meaningful relationships with others. This approach not only enriches our personal lives but also contributes to collective well-being. Overcoming prejudices and judgments. Yogananda points out that one of the greatest obstacles to divine perception is our tendency to judge others based on their appearances, actions, or beliefs. These judgments, often based on prejudice, prevent us from seeing the divine essence that resides in every person. The author suggests that, instead of focusing on the imperfections of others, we should actively seek out their positive qualities. This shift in perspective not only improves our relationships but also helps us cultivate a more compassionate and loving mindset. Recommended practice. When you feel tempted to criticize someone, stop and reflect. What positive qualities can I find in this person? How can I respond in a more understanding and respectful way? Compassion as an expression of divine perception. Compassion is a natural consequence of seeing God in others. Yogananda explains that by recognizing the divinity in every person, we develop a genuine desire to help and support them on their journey. This compassionate approach not only benefits others but also brings us closer to our own spiritual realization. The author encourages us to practice acts of selfless kindness as a way to strengthen our connection with the divine. These acts, no matter how small, have the power to transform our relationships and our inner life. The mirror of perception. Yogananda introduces the idea that others act as a mirror of ourselves. The way we see and treat others reflects our own attitude toward life and ourselves. For example, if we are critical and negative toward others, we are likely projecting our own insecurities and fears. If we show love and acceptance, we strengthen these qualities within ourselves. The author suggests using our daily interactions as an opportunity to practice divine perception and improve our relationship with ourselves. Practices to cultivate divine perception. Yogananda proposes several exercises to develop our ability to see God in all men. Meditation on unity. Dedicate daily time to meditate on the idea that we are all part of one universal spirit. Affirmations of unity. Repeat phrases like, "I see God in all beings," to reinforce this perspective. Selfless service. Engage in activities that benefit others without expecting anything in return. This will help you experience the joy of giving from the heart. Empathetic listening. Practice listening to others with full attention, trying to understand their needs and perspectives. The impact of divine perception in our lives. When we see God in others, we experience a profound transformation in the way we live. More harmonious relationships. Empathy and compassion improve the quality of our interactions. Less inner conflict. By treating others with love and respect, we also cultivate greater inner peace. Elevated purpose. Recognizing the divinity in others inspires us to act in a more ethical and meaningful way. The author notes that this practice not only benefits us spiritually, but it also improves our overall quality of life. Divine love as the supreme goal. Yogananda concludes this chapter by explaining that divine love is the force that unites all of humanity. This love is not conditioned by the actions or external characteristics of people but arises from the understanding that we are all manifestations of the same divine spirit. Cultivating this love is an ongoing process that requires effort and dedication, but the fruits of this practice, peace, joy, and spiritual fulfillment, are invaluable. Conclusion of the chapter. Divine perception allows us to live in harmony with ourselves, with others, and with the universe. By practicing compassion, overcoming judgments, and seeing God in all men, we create a more loving and unified world. This chapter encourages us to reflect on how we interact with others and commit to cultivating a higher and more spiritual vision in our daily lives. In the next chapter, we will explore thought habits, controlling our life, where we will learn how the mental patterns we develop shape our reality and how to transform them to achieve success and inner peace. Chapter 12. Thought Habits, Controlling Our Life. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda addresses the importance of thought habits in the creation of our reality. According to the author, our life is not determined by external circumstances but by the mental patterns we have cultivated over time. These thought habits, whether positive or negative, act as magnetic forces that attract corresponding experiences into our lives. The power of mental habits. Yogananda explains that our thoughts are not isolated events but constant currents that directly influence our attitude, our decisions, and ultimately, our destiny. Repetitive thoughts become mental habits, which shape how we see the world and how we react to it. The author points out that thought habits work like magnets. Positive thoughts attract success, happiness, and opportunities. Negative thoughts generate difficulties, limitations, and internal conflicts. The key to transforming our life lies in taking conscious control of our mental habits and redirecting them toward constructive patterns. Identifying negative thought habits. Yogananda invites us to reflect on our predominant mental patterns. Key questions for this analysis are: do you tend to anticipate failure or success? Do you focus on opportunities or obstacles? How do you speak to yourself when facing challenges? The author emphasizes that negative thoughts like fear, doubt, and self-criticism not only prevent us from moving forward but also drain our energy and undermine our confidence. Practical example. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't do it," you're reinforcing a limiting mental habit. To counteract this, it's necessary to replace that thought with affirmations like, "I have the power to overcome any challenge." Cultivating positive mental habits. The transformation of our mental habits requires time, practice, and conscious effort. Yogananda proposes several strategies to cultivate positive thought patterns. Affirmations. Repeat positive phrases like, "I am surrounded by abundance and success," or "I trust my ability to achieve my goals." Visualization. Vividly imagine the success and happiness you desire, thus reinforcing your mental focus on those outcomes. Gratitude. Practice gratitude daily, recognizing the blessings present in your life. This shifts your perspective and fosters optimistic thoughts. Avoid negative influences. Limit your exposure to people or situations that fuel pessimism. The author emphasizes that by consistently practicing these techniques, new mental habits become second nature. The link between thought habits and emotions. Yogananda explains that our thoughts are closely linked to our emotions. When we cultivate positive thoughts, we generate emotions such as joy, confidence, and enthusiasm. On the contrary, negative thoughts feed emotions like sadness, fear, and anger. The author suggests that by taking control of our thoughts, we can also regulate our emotions. This does not mean repressing them, but rather redirecting our emotional energy toward more constructive and balanced states. The mind as a garden. Yogananda uses the metaphor of a garden to illustrate how thought habits work. Our mind is like fertile land. The seeds we plant, thoughts, determine the type of harvest we will get. The care we provide, attention and repetition, ensures that the plants grow healthy and strong. The weeds, negative thoughts, must be removed before they spread and affect the quality of the garden. The author encourages us to be mindful gardeners of our minds, intentionally planting thoughts that nurture our personal and spiritual growth. Overcoming negative habits. Transforming a negative thought habit into a positive one can be a challenge, but Yogananda offers a practical approach to achieve it. Recognize the negative habit. Observe when and how the limiting thought arises. Interrupt the pattern. Stop the negative thought as soon as you identify it. This can be done through affirmations or visualizations. Replace it with a positive thought. Create a thought that is opposite to the negative one and focus on it with determination. Repeat consciously. Practice this process until the new habit becomes automatic. The relationship between mental habits and spiritual connection. Yogananda emphasizes that thought habits not only affect our material life but also our spiritual connection. Elevated thoughts, such as gratitude, compassion, and faith, strengthen our relationship with the divine and help us live in harmony with universal laws. The author suggests that meditation is a powerful tool for observing and transforming our thoughts. By quieting the mind, we can identify destructive patterns and replace them with thoughts that reflect our true spiritual nature. Practical exercise to transform thought habits. Yogananda proposes the following exercise to begin changing your mental patterns. Reflect at the end of the day. Make a list of the thoughts that dominated your mind during the day. Were they mostly positive or negative? How did they influence your emotions and actions? Set an intention for the next day. Choose a positive thought you wish to cultivate and remind yourself of it throughout the day. Meditate on your thoughts. Dedicate time to meditation to observe your mind without judgment. This will allow you to become aware of subconscious patterns and work on transforming them. Conclusion of the chapter. Thought habits are the foundation upon which we build our lives. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that by taking control of our minds and cultivating positive thoughts, we can transform not only our external experiences but also our internal state. This chapter encourages us to be aware of our mental patterns and actively work to align them with our highest goals and values. In the next chapter, we will explore self-control as the seed of freedom, where we will learn how personal discipline is essential for achieving true freedom and spiritual fulfillment. Chapter 13. Self-control as the seed of freedom. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda guides us toward a deep understanding of how self-control is essential for attaining true freedom. According to the author, self-control not only allows us to master our impulses and emotions but also helps us live in harmony with our spiritual goals and values. Without self-control, we are slaves to our habits, desires, and fears. With it, we become the masters of our destiny. The connection between self-control and freedom. Yogananda begins by explaining that true freedom is not the ability to do whatever we want at any moment but the ability to act in accordance with our wisdom and higher purpose. This is only possible when we exercise self-control, preventing our impulses and negative habits from veering us off course. The author points out that many people confuse freedom with indulgence, believing that fulfilling all their desires will make them happy. However, this indulgence often leads to dissatisfaction and emotional slavery. True freedom is found in self-control, which enables us to make conscious decisions and live according to our true nature. The pillars of self-control. Yogananda identifies several key aspects of self-control that we must develop in order to live a full and balanced life. Control of thoughts. The mind is the origin of our actions. If we allow negative, scattered, or impulsive thoughts to dominate our mind, our actions will reflect that lack of control. Cultivating a focused and disciplined mind is the first step toward self-control. Mastery of emotions. Emotions such as anger, fear, and envy can sabotage our decisions and relationships. Self-control involves learning to manage these emotions so they do not control us. Meditation and introspection are powerful tools for achieving emotional calmness. Regulation of desires. Desires, when left unchecked, can become a destructive force that leads us away from our goals. Self-control helps us discern which desires are constructive and which should be abandoned. The role of discipline in self-control. Yogananda emphasizes that self-control does not come overnight. It requires consistent practice and discipline. Discipline is not punishment, but a tool that frees us from internal chaos and allows us to act with purpose and clarity. Practices to develop discipline. Establish a routine. Dedicate daily time to activities that strengthen your self-control, such as meditation, exercise, and reflection. Keep your commitments. Even when you feel resistance, keeping your promises strengthens your willpower. Practice moderation. Learn to say no to excess, whether in eating, entertainment, or any habit that takes you away from your purpose. Self-control as a path to inner peace. The author explains that self-control not only helps us achieve our external goals but is also essential for inner peace. When we master our mind, emotions, and desires, we experience a sense of balance and serenity that does not depend on external circumstances. Benefits of self-control. Reduce stress and anxiety. Greater clarity in decision-making. More harmonious and fulfilling relationships. A sense of accomplishment and self-confidence. Self-control and spiritual connection. Yogananda highlights that self-control is not only a tool for personal success but also a means to deepen our connection with the divine. When we control our mind and senses, we can direct our attention toward God and experience a deeper connection with our spiritual essence. The author suggests that meditation is a key practice for strengthening self-control. By training our mind to focus on the divine, we develop the ability to resist distractions and temptations that divert us from our purpose. Overcoming resistance to self-control. Yogananda acknowledges that developing self-control can be a challenge, especially when we are used to acting impulsively or satisfying our desires without restriction. However, he insists that every small effort counts and brings us closer to true freedom. Strategies to overcome resistance. Set realistic goals. Start with small steps, like controlling a specific habit, and gradually move towards bigger goals. Reward yourself for progress. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small, to keep up motivation. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who share your values and encourage you to stay on track. Practical exercise to strengthen self-control. Yogananda proposes the following exercise to develop self-control. Identify an area of your life that needs more discipline. It could be your diet, your daily routine, or your emotional management. Set a clear goal. For example, meditate for 10 minutes daily, reduce sugar intake, or practice patience in your relationships. Track your progress daily, keep a record of your efforts and evaluate your progress at the end of each day. Reflect on your achievements, recognize how self-control is improving your life and strengthen your determination to continue. Conclusion of the chapter. Self-control is the seed of true freedom. By mastering our mind, emotions, and desires, we free ourselves from internal limitations that prevent us from reaching our goals and experiencing inner peace. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that although developing self-control requires effort, the benefits it brings, clarity, balance, and spiritual fulfillment, make it worthwhile. In the next chapter, we will explore divine will, source of unlimited power, where we will learn how aligning our will with divine will allows us to access a higher power and transform our lives. Chapter 14. Divine Will, Source of Unlimited Power. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda teaches us how aligning our will with divine will allows us to access an unlimited power that transforms our life. According to the author, human will, although powerful, is limited when compared to the infinite force of divine will. By attuning ourselves to this higher source, we can overcome any obstacle, reach our highest goals, and live in harmony with the universal purpose. The difference between human will and divine will. Yogananda explains that human will, while useful, is often influenced by selfish desires, fluctuating emotions, and limited understanding. On the other hand, divine will is omniscient, unchanging, and guided by universal love and wisdom. When we align our will with God's will, we can act with a clarity, strength, and purpose that transcend our individual capabilities. Practical example. A person may use their human will to pursue a goal, such as professional success, but if that goal is not in harmony with divine purpose, they may encounter unnecessary frustrations and obstacles. By seeking divine guidance, that same person may discover a more appropriate and meaningful path. How to align our will with the divine. The author emphasizes that the first step to attuning ourselves with divine will is to cultivate an intimate relationship with God through meditation and prayer. These practices help us listen to the inner guidance that comes from our soul, which is in constant communication with the divine. Steps to align your will. Meditate daily. Dedicate time to quiet your mind and listen to the voice of your intuition, which is the channel through which divine will manifests. Surrender your goals to God. Before undertaking any project or making important decisions, pray for divine will to manifest through you. Trust the process. Accept that, even when you don't understand the events that occur in your life, divine will is always working for your highest good. Faith as the foundation of divine will. Yogananda emphasizes that trusting in divine will requires unwavering faith. This means believing that even when facing difficulties, everything is part of a higher plan that will lead us to spiritual and material success. Faith enables us to overcome doubt and fear, which are the main enemies of divine will. Recommended practice. When facing a challenge, instead of worrying or resisting, repeat affirmations such as, "I am in the hands of divine will. Everything that happens is for my highest good." The role of humility in divine will. Yogananda explains that humility is essential for aligning with divine will. Often, our human will is influenced by the ego, leading us to pursue superficial goals or resist change. Humility allows us to let go of control and accept God's guidance, recognizing that His wisdom is infinite and always superior to our limited understanding. Accessing unlimited power. When we align with divine will, we access unlimited power that allows us to overcome seemingly impossible obstacles. This power not only gives us the energy to act but also the clarity to make correct decisions and the serenity to face any outcome. Benefits of living in harmony with divine will. Reduce stress. By trusting that everything happens for a higher reason, we eliminate anxiety and fear. Greater purpose. Our actions are guided by a sense of meaning and connection to the universe. Inner peace. We live with the certainty that we are aligned with the natural flow of life. Exercises to cultivate divine will. Yogananda proposes simple yet powerful practices to strengthen our connection with divine will. Prayer of surrender. Each morning, pray saying, "God, guide me to act according to your will today." Meditation on the divine presence. During meditation, Visualize a light filling your being and connecting you with the infinite. Daily reflection. At the end of the day, review your actions and ask yourself, was I aligned with spiritual principles and my highest purpose? Overcoming resistance to divine will. The author acknowledges that we often resist divine will because we fear losing control or facing unexpected changes. However, he insists that trusting God doesn't mean giving up our aspirations, but allowing them to be guided by higher wisdom. How to overcome resistance. Accept uncertainty. Recognize that you don't need to have all the answers to move forward with confidence. Seek spiritual support. Surround yourself with people and resources that inspire you to strengthen your faith. Practice patience. Remember that the results of divine will manifest at the perfect moment, not necessarily when you expect them. Conclusion of the chapter. Divine will is a source of unlimited power that allows us to live in harmony with the universal purpose. By aligning our will with God's, we can face any challenge with confidence, wisdom, and serenity. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that while this process requires faith, humility, and practice, the results, inner peace, true success, and spiritual connection, are invaluable. In the next chapter, we will explore spiritual and material abundance, connection with the infinite, where we will learn how to combine external success with spiritual growth to live a truly fulfilling life. Chapter 15. Spiritual and Material Abundance, Connection with the Infinite. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda explains how true abundance encompasses both the spiritual and material. According to the author, the universe is an infinite source of prosperity, but to access it, we must understand that abundance is not just about external wealth, but about an inner connection with the divine. By balancing our material aspirations with our spiritual quest, we can experience a full and meaningful life. The concept of abundance according to Yogananda. Yogananda redefines abundance as a state of both internal and external fulfillment. It does not depend exclusively on the accumulation of material goods, but on our ability to feel full and satisfied with what we have while working towards our goals. True abundance arises from a conscious connection with the divine source, which provides both material resources and inner peace. The author emphasizes that there is no contradiction between material success and spiritual growth. Both are natural expressions of our relationship with the divine. The key lies in keeping our priorities aligned with spiritual principles. The connection between abundance and mindset. Yogananda explains that our mindset plays a crucial role in the manifestation of abundance. Many people experience lack because their thoughts are focused on limitation, fear, or doubt. To attract abundance, we must train our minds to think in terms of possibilities, gratitude, and trust in the flow of the universe. Mental habits to cultivate abundance. Gratitude. Be thankful for what you already have, even if it feels little. Gratitude opens the door to receiving more. Positive affirmations. Repeat phrases like, I am worthy of abundance, or prosperity flows to me in all areas of my life. Trust in the divine. Believe that the universe has the resources necessary to meet your needs and aspirations. The balance between the spiritual and the material. The author emphasizes that while it is important to work for material success, it should never be our only goal. When we prioritize spiritual growth, our material goals become more meaningful and our actions are guided by a higher purpose. How to achieve balance. Dedicate time to your spiritual practice. Meditation, prayer, and introspection help you stay connected to the divine while pursuing your goals. Evaluate your intentions. Ask yourself if your material aspirations align with your spiritual values. Share your abundance. Use your resources to benefit others, recognizing that you are a channel for divine prosperity. The law of generosity. Yogananda introduces the principle that giving is an essential part of receiving. Generosity not only benefits those who receive but also opens our minds and hearts to the flow of universal abundance. When we selflessly share what we have, we create space for new blessings to enter our lives. Practices to cultivate generosity. Share your time. Help those in need with acts of service. Contribute financially. Donate a portion of your income to causes that inspire you. Offer your knowledge. Share what you know to empower others. Overcoming blocks to abundance. Yogananda recognizes that many people experience blocks to abundance due to limiting beliefs, such as, "I don't deserve this," or "wealth is incompatible with spirituality." These beliefs must be replaced by positive thoughts and affirmations that reflect our connection to the infinite. How to overcome blocks? Identify limiting beliefs. Reflect on your thoughts about money, success, and abundance. Reframe your beliefs. Replace negative ideas with affirmations that reinforce your divine right to prosperity. Practice visualization. Imagine a future where you experience abundance in all areas of your life. The role of faith in abundance. Faith is an essential component for manifesting abundance. Yogananda explains that when we fully trust in divine will, we eliminate fear and open our minds to new opportunities. This trust allows us to act with confidence and perseverance, even in the face of challenges. Suggested affirmation. I trust that the universe will provide everything I need to fulfill my purpose. Practical exercises to manifest abundance. Yogananda offers exercises to integrate the principles of abundance into our daily lives. Meditate on the infinite source. During meditation, visualize a constant flow of light or energy representing divine abundance entering your life. Write a gratitude journal. Each day, note at least 3 things you are thankful for. Act with faith. Take a step towards your material goals, trusting that the universe will support you in the process. Conclusion of the chapter. True abundance combines the spiritual with the material. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that by connecting with the divine, we can access an infinite source of prosperity that transcends our limitations. This chapter encourages us to cultivate a mindset of gratitude, trust, and generosity, knowing that the universe is ready to provide everything we need to live a full life. In the next chapter, we will explore meditation, the path to serenity and success, where we will learn how this practice can help us achieve inner peace and manifest our highest goals. Chapter 16. Meditation, the path to serenity and success. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda delves into the importance of meditation as an essential tool for achieving inner peace, mental clarity, and success, both spiritual and material. According to the author, meditation not only helps us connect with our divine essence, but also provides us with the serenity and focus needed to face life's challenges with wisdom and strength. Meditation as a bridge to the divine. Yogananda describes meditation as a direct channel to our connection with the infinite. When we meditate, we quiet the mind and body, allowing our consciousness to rise above worldly distractions and tune into the universal source of peace and wisdom. The author explains that through meditation, we can experience a profound sense of calm and serenity, a direct connection with divine guidance, an expansion of our consciousness that helps us see life from a higher perspective. Benefits of meditation for success. In addition to its spiritual effects, meditation has a direct impact on our ability to achieve success in daily life. Yogananda points out that improves concentration. By training our mind to focus, we become more productive and effective in our tasks. Reduces stress. Meditation decreases anxiety and promotes a state of relaxation, allowing us to make clearer, more rational decisions. Fosters creativity. By quieting the mind, we open space for new ideas and solutions to emerge. Strengthens willpower. Regular meditation practice helps us develop discipline and determination. How to practice meditation. Yogananda provides a practical guide to begin meditation, emphasizing that the key is consistency and sincerity. Even just a few minutes a day can create significant changes in our lives. Basic steps for meditation. Find a quiet place. Choose a space where you won't be disturbed, preferably the same place each day. Sit comfortably, keep your back straight and your hands relaxed on your knees. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale slowly, allowing your body to relax. Focus your attention. You can concentrate on your breath, a mantra such as Om, or a visualization of divine light. Stay in the moment. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your point of focus. The author emphasizes that you should not worry if it's difficult to calm the mind at first. With regular practice, meditation becomes more natural and enjoyable. The role of devotion in meditation. Yogananda explains that meditation is not only a mental technique but also a spiritual practice that brings us closer to God. To deepen the meditative experience, it is important to include devotion, which is the loving and sincere surrender to the divine. Practices to incorporate devotion. Pray before meditating, asking for guidance and the presence of God. Visualize your heart as an altar where you commune with the divine. Feel gratitude for the opportunity to connect with your spiritual essence. Meditation as a refuge in times of adversity. The author highlights that meditation is especially valuable when facing difficulties. In moments of stress or uncertainty, the practice provides the serenity and perspective needed to handle challenges with strength and confidence. Practical example. If you face a major problem, take time to meditate before making decisions. This will help calm your mind, clarify your thoughts, and receive divine inspiration to find the best solution. Meditation as a path to comprehensive success. Yogananda points out that true success encompasses both internal growth and external achievements. Meditation allows us to balance these two aspects, ensuring that our goals are aligned with our spiritual purpose. Comprehensive benefits of meditation. Internal, greater inner peace, self-understanding, and connection with the divine. External, better performance in our daily activities and more harmonious relationships. Advanced meditation exercises. For those who wish to deepen their practice, Yogananda suggests advanced exercises. Meditation on the inner light. Visualize a bright light at the center of your forehead or heart, feeling that it represents the divine presence. Meditation on the cosmic sound. Listen to the internal sounds that arise in stillness, like the hum of Om, symbolizing the universal vibration. Meditation on the breath. Observe your natural breath without trying to control it, allowing it to lead you into a state of deep calm. Overcoming obstacles in meditation. Yogananda acknowledges that it is common to face challenges when starting to meditate, such as mental restlessness or lack of time. However, he insists that these obstacles can be overcome with patience and perseverance. Tips for overcoming difficulties. Establish a daily routine, even if you meditate for just 5 minutes. Avoid judging yourself if you have difficulty concentrating. Simply keep trying. Remember that the benefits of meditation increase with continuous practice. Conclusion of the chapter. Meditation is a powerful path to serenity and success. By quieting the mind and connecting with the divine, we find the inner peace that allows us to act with clarity and purpose in daily life. Paramahansa Yogananda encourages us to make meditation a regular practice, reminding us that by doing so, we not only transform our inner experience but also our outer reality. In the next chapter, we will explore defining success, happiness as a universal criterion, where we will learn to reevaluate our goals and priorities based on the principle that true happiness is the measure of success. Let's continue on this inspiring journey. Chapter 17. Defining success, happiness as a universal criterion. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda redefines the concept of success, stating that the true measure of success is not found in the accumulation of material goods or social recognition, but in the ability to experience happiness and inner peace. According to the author, success that does not lead to happiness is incomplete, as the ultimate purpose of life is to reach a state of lasting satisfaction and connection with the divine. The concept of success according to Yogananda. The author argues that many people pursue a limited idea of success based on external achievements such as money, fame, or power. However, these goals, while important, do not guarantee lasting happiness unless accompanied by inner growth and spiritual peace. 2 types of success. External success, material achievements and recognition in the world. Internal success, inner peace, happiness, and spiritual fulfillment. Yogananda emphasizes that true success lies in balancing both aspects, allowing our external goals to be aligned with our internal purpose. Happiness as an indicator of success. Yogananda explains that happiness does not depend on external circumstances but on our attitude and inner state. Lasting happiness is not found in what we possess, but in how we experience life. Therefore, the author urges us to ask ourselves, are my goals bringing me closer to lasting happiness? Am I sacrificing my inner peace for external achievements? The author stresses that by prioritizing happiness, our decisions and actions will be more aligned with our overall well-being. Factors contributing to true happiness. Yogananda identifies several key elements that lead to authentic and lasting happiness. Inner peace, cultivating a state of calm and serenity through meditation and introspection. Gratitude, appreciating what we already have instead of focusing on what we lack. Meaningful relationships, building connections based on love, respect, and compassion. Spiritual purpose, living according to elevated values and seeking a connection with the divine. Common mistakes in the pursuit of happiness. The author warns about the mistakes many people make while pursuing happiness. Seeking it exclusively in the external world. Believing that happiness comes solely from material achievements or validation from others. Postponing it for the future, thinking that we will be happy when we achieve X, instead of finding joy in the present. Clinging to the past, allowing past negative experiences to define our current state. Yogananda insists that happiness is not something we should wait for, but rather a state we can cultivate here and now, regardless of our external circumstances. The role of meditation in happiness. According to Yogananda, meditation is an essential tool for experiencing true happiness. By quieting the mind and connecting with the divine, we can free ourselves from worries and experience joy that transcends the fluctuations of the external world. Benefits of meditation for happiness. Reduces stress and anxiety. Increases mental clarity and perspective. Generates a state of inner calm and satisfaction. The author suggests practicing meditation daily as a means to strengthen our connection with the source of inner happiness. Success and service to others. Yogananda emphasizes that happiness and success are amplified when we act for the benefit of others. Selfless service not only helps us contribute to the collective well-being but also fills our lives with purpose and satisfaction. Ways to serve others. Share knowledge or skills. Provide emotional support to those in need. Participate in causes that promote the well-being of the community. The author points out that by focusing on helping others, we move away from selfish concerns and experience a deeper, more meaningful joy. Exercises to redefine success in your life. Yogananda proposes several practices to align your concept of success with the pursuit of happiness and inner peace. Reflect on your goals. Ask yourself if your current objectives are contributing to your happiness and overall well-being. Make a list of what makes you happy. Identify the activities, relationships, and experiences that truly fill your life with joy. Dedicate time to introspection. Set aside daily moments to meditate and connect with your spiritual essence. Simplify your life. Reduce your focus on material things and focus on what truly matters. Overcoming obstacles to happiness. Yogananda acknowledges that the path to happiness is not without challenges, such as fear, dissatisfaction, or self-criticism. However, he insists that every obstacle is an opportunity to grow and strengthen our connection with the divine. Tips for overcoming obstacles. Practice forgiveness. Free yourself from resentment toward yourself and others. Adopt a positive mindset. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations of gratitude and optimism. Trust the process. Believe that every experience, even the difficult ones, is part of a greater plan for your growth. Conclusion of the chapter. True success is not measured by what we accumulate, but by the happiness and inner peace we experience. Paramahansa Yogananda invites us to redefine our priorities and focus on cultivating a balanced life that combines external achievements with spiritual growth. This chapter encourages us to seek happiness as the universal criterion for evaluating our decisions and goals. In the next chapter, we will explore its guided by God, the source of true success, where we will learn how divine guidance can direct our lives toward full and meaningful success. Chapter 18. Guided by God, the source of true success. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda delves into the importance of seeking divine guidance as the foundation for achieving complete and meaningful success. According to the author, trusting in God not only helps us make wiser decisions but also allows us to live in harmony with a greater purpose. By surrendering our goals and actions to the divine, we access an unlimited source of power, wisdom, and peace. Success from the divine perspective. Yogananda redefines success as a state of balance between the material and the spiritual, always guided by the principles of love, compassion, and service. He explains that true success cannot be achieved through purely selfish efforts, but through a conscious alignment with God's will. The author invites us to reflect on our current goals. Are they aligned with elevated spiritual values? Do they contribute to our well-being and that of others? Do they bring us closer to a deeper connection with the divine? Yogananda emphasizes that when our goals are aligned with divine will, the path to success becomes clearer and more fluid. The role of divine guidance in our decisions. Divine guidance is not something external but an inner wisdom that arises when we quiet the mind and connect with our spiritual essence. Yogananda points out that we often ignore this guidance due to the noise of our thoughts, emotions, or selfish desires. However, by practicing meditation and introspection, we can listen to the inner voice that directs us toward the right path. How to receive divine guidance. Meditate regularly. Meditation quiets the mind and allows intuition to express itself. Pray sincerely. Ask God to guide you in your decisions, fully trusting in His wisdom. Observe the signs. Pay attention to the intuitions, coincidences, and opportunities that arise in your life. Act with confidence. Once you feel clarity, take action without hesitation, trusting that you are following divine will. The power of faith in divine guidance. Yogananda explains that trusting in divine guidance requires deep faith. This means accepting that, even when we don't understand events in the moment, everything is working in our favor. Faith allows us to release control and surrender our concerns to God, knowing that we are being guided toward a greater purpose. Recommended practice. When facing an important decision, repeat affirmations like, God guides me toward what is best for my life. I trust divine wisdom to light my way. Overcoming fear and doubt. One of the greatest obstacles to following divine guidance is fear of failure or doubt about our ability to correctly interpret God's signs. Yogananda reminds us that these fears are natural but can be overcome by strengthening our spiritual connection. How to overcome fear and doubt. Cultivate a consistent spiritual practice. This strengthens your faith and trust in the divine. Surround yourself with inspiration, read sacred texts, listen to spiritual music, or spend time in nature to reinforce your connection with God. Reflect on past experiences. Recall moments when you followed your intuition and the results were positive. The balance between action and surrender. Yogananda emphasizes that trusting divine guidance does not mean being passive or waiting for everything to happen on its own. Instead, we must combine spiritual surrender with focused and determined action. By doing our part sincerely, we leave the rest in God's hands, trusting that everything will be resolved in the best possible way. Key principles. Effort. Do everything in your power to move toward your goals. Surrender. Let go of the results and accept that God has a greater plan for you. The fruits of living guided by God. When we trust in divine guidance, we experience a profound transformation in our lives. Some of the benefits that Yogananda highlights are: inner peace. Knowing that we are on the right path eliminates anxiety and stress. Clarity in decisions. Intuition becomes a compass that directs us toward the best outcomes. Spiritual and material success. The goals we pursue are aligned with a higher purpose, bringing lasting satisfaction. Practical exercises for seeking divine guidance. Yogananda suggests incorporating these practices into daily life to strengthen our connection with the divine. Morning meditation. Dedicate the first few minutes of your day to quieting your mind and asking for divine guidance. Reflective prayer. Before making important decisions, pray saying, God, show me the right path. Intuitive writing. Write down your thoughts and questions in a journal and reflect on the answers that arise spontaneously. Conclusion of the chapter. Divine guidance is the key to achieving true and meaningful success. By trusting in God and acting with faith, we can overcome any challenge and live in harmony with our higher purpose. Paramahansa Yogananda reminds us that, by seeking divine will in all areas of our lives, we not only find clarity and strength but also an inner peace that transcends external circumstances. In the next and final chapter, we will explore self-realization, the spiritual destiny of man, where we will learn how spiritual growth is the ultimate purpose of our existence and the path to true fulfillment. Let's continue moving forward. Chapter 19. Self-realization, the spiritual destiny of man. In this chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda guides us to understand that self-realization is the ultimate purpose of our existence. Beyond material goals and external success, the spiritual destiny of man is to attain a state of unity with the divine and experience our true nature as eternal and spiritual beings. According to the author, this achievement not only brings supreme happiness but also transforms the way we live, love, and serve others. What is self-realization? Yogananda defines self-realization as the knowledge and direct experience of our identity with the universal spirit. It is not a theoretical concept, but a state of consciousness in which we recognize that we are not merely bodies and minds, but eternal souls connected with God. Characteristics of self-realization. Unity consciousness, recognizing that all things are interconnected and originate from the same source. Inner peace, living with serenity, regardless of external circumstances. Spiritual wisdom, understanding the universal laws that govern life and living in harmony with them. The path to self-realization. Yogananda explains that achieving self-realization requires dedication and constant spiritual practice. It is not a destination that is reached immediately, but a continuous journey of growth and self-discovery. The author proposes 3 fundamental pillars to advance on this path. Meditation. Regular meditation is the most powerful tool for calming the mind and connecting with our divine essence. Spiritual discipline, practicing self-control, devotion, and mindfulness in our daily actions. Selfless service, helping others from a place of love and compassion, recognizing that we are part of a whole. Common obstacles to self-realization. The author identifies the main obstacles we face on the path to self-realization. The ego, excessive identification with the self and with material achievements, leads us away from our true nature. Fear and doubt. These emotions make us feel disconnected from the divine and limit our abilities. External distractions. The constant pursuit of pleasure and external validation diverts our attention from what truly matters. Yogananda encourages us to overcome these obstacles through the conscious practice of meditation, devotion, and detachment from worldly concerns. The supreme happiness of self-realization. Yogananda emphasizes that self-realization is the highest state of happiness we can achieve. Unlike temporary pleasures that depend on external factors, spiritual happiness is constant and unchanging because it arises from direct connection with God. Benefits of self-realization. Liberation from suffering. We free ourselves from the bonds of fear, pain, and attachment. Unconditional love. We experience a universal love that transcends the ego and external differences. Full purpose. We live with a deep sense of meaning and connection to the universe. Self-realization and service to others. The author explains that self-realization not only benefits the individual who achieves it, but also has a positive impact on the world. By becoming channels of peace, love, and wisdom, we inspire and uplift those around us. Yogananda encourages us to share our inner light through selfless service, helping others find their own path to self-realization. Practices to advance towards self-realization. Yogananda suggests practical exercises to cultivate self-realization in daily life. Dedicate time to deep meditation. Seek to experience the divine presence within you. Reflect on your spiritual purpose. Ask yourself how you can align your goals and actions with your inner growth. Seek spiritual inspiration. Read sacred texts, attend lectures, or join a spiritual community that supports you on your path. Practice detachment. Learn to let go of expectations and attachment to outcomes, trusting that everything is guided by a higher force. The legacy of self-realization. Yogananda concludes by explaining that self-realization is not just an individual achievement, but a gift we can offer to the world. By living in a state of peace and love, we contribute to the collective well-being and help build a more harmonious world. The author reminds us that self-realization is not a final destination, but a continuous state of spiritual evolution. It is a process that invites us to explore, learn, and grow constantly, drawing us closer each day to our true essence. Conclusion of the chapter. Self-realization is the spiritual destiny of man and the highest purpose of our existence. By achieving it, we experience supreme happiness, unconditional love, and a deep connection with the universe. Paramahansa Yogananda encourages us to embark on this journey with devotion, patience, and faith, reminding us that the path to self-realization is the path to our true freedom. In the next and final chapter, Conclusion, Living in Harmony with the Law of Success, we will integrate the key teachings of the book and reflect on how to apply them in our daily lives to achieve complete success and spiritual fulfillment. Chapter 20, Conclusion, Living in Harmony with the Law of Success. In this final chapter, Paramahansa Yogananda synthesizes the teachings of the book and invites us to integrate the fundamental principles of the law of success into our daily lives. Living in harmony with these laws means achieving a balance between our material and spiritual aspirations, recognizing that true success comes from our connection with the divine and from consciously practicing universal principles such as love, compassion, faith, and service. Success as a continuous process. Yogananda emphasizes that success is not a final destination, but a continuous process of learning, growth, and transformation. Each step on this path brings us closer to our true essence and helps us manifest the purpose for which we were created. Key points of true success. Balance. Combine your external goals with internal growth. Intention. Ensure that your goals are aligned with elevated spiritual principles. Conscious action. Act with determination, but trust that the results are in God's hands. The author stresses that by applying these principles, we not only achieve our personal goals but also contribute to the well-being of the world. The importance of daily practice. Living in harmony with the law of success requires constant practice. Yogananda recommends establishing daily habits that reinforce our connection with the divine and keep us focused on our highest goals. Recommended practices. Morning and evening meditation. Start and end each day in communion with the divine. Positive affirmations. Reinforce your confidence and focus with phrases like, "Success flows to me from the infinite source." Selfless service. Find ways to help others, recognizing that every act of kindness elevates your own spirit. Overcoming challenges on the path. Yogananda acknowledges that in our effort to live according to the law of success, we will face challenges such as fear, discouragement, and external distractions. However, he insists that these obstacles are opportunities for growth and strengthening our faith. Tips for overcoming challenges. Remember your purpose. Reflect regularly on why you are pursuing your goals and how they contribute to your spiritual growth. Seek spiritual support. Surround yourself with people, texts, and practices that inspire you and keep you motivated. Trust in divine guidance. When facing uncertainty, surrender your worries to God and act with faith. Contributing to collective well-being. Yogananda reminds us that true success is not only a personal achievement but also an opportunity to make a positive impact on the world. By living in accordance with the principles of the law of success, we become living examples of love, compassion, and harmony, inspiring others to do the same. Practical example. A businessman who applies the law of success may not only generate wealth but also create a positive work environment, support charitable causes, and serve as a role model of integrity and service. Final reflection on the law of success. The author concludes by highlighting that we all have the potential to manifest full and meaningful success as long as we live in harmony with universal laws. This potential does not depend on our external circumstances, but on our willingness to learn, grow, and trust in the divine. Questions for reflection. Am I using my talents and resources in ways that contribute to the well-being of myself and others? Am I balancing my pursuit of external success with my internal growth? Am I acting with faith, love, and compassion in everything I do? Yogananda's invitation. In his final words, Yogananda invites us to commit to practicing these teachings, reminding us that true success is within reach for all who act with devotion, discipline, and faith. The author encourages us to remember that we are not alone on this path. Divine guidance is always available to help us overcome challenges and achieve full realization. Final conclusion. Living in harmony with the law of success means living in alignment with the best of ourselves and the divine. Paramahansa Yogananda leaves us with a message of hope and empowerment. We can all achieve a life of true success, lasting happiness, and spiritual connection as long as we are willing to walk this path with sincerity and love. Success is the reflection of the soul in action. When you act from the spirit, everything you need will come to you. Live each day with faith, compassion, and service, and true success will be inevitable. This is just the beginning of a transformative journey toward your greatest potential. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Paramahansa Yogananda's The Law of Success. We hope that the teachings shared in this book have not only inspired your mind but also illuminated your spirit. The true essence of success lies not only in what we achieve externally but in the balance, inner peace, and connection with our true nature. Carry these lessons with you. Cultivate faith in the divine and in yourself. Live with intention, purpose, and compassion. Remember that true success always starts from within. We appreciate your time and dedication in reflecting and growing with us. This is not the end, but the beginning of a path towards self-realization and integral success. If you enjoyed this content, we invite you to subscribe to the Audio Mentors channel, where you'll find more audiobooks and teachings that transform lives. See you in the next audiobook.